Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah, the site of the 2024 5A State Championship Basketball Tournament on KSLSports.com, your online home for state championships. Rewind Sports Network providing this stream, as always, presented by Heidemann and Associates. Our coverage is brought to you by Nutricost. Our matchup is a region rematch, just like we just saw Alta and Brighton. Well, how about we stay in their same region, and it's Olympus versus Skyline. This is a rivalry that goes back quite a ways, the Battle of the Rock during football. This game will be very, very interesting with Matt Barnes, the longtime head coach at Olympus, taking on Marcus Frazier, the head coach of the Skyline Eagles. We'll have a trivia question coming up here later on with Handel's Ice Cream. The first person to answer correctly will receive a $10 Handel's gift card. That was an awkward jump ball. Okay. We pump faked everybody here. As it's Dutch Dowdell jumping it up against Landon Shaw, and we're going to have a lane violation on the jump ball on Olympus. So it'll be Skyline basketball. Nobody joining me on this one because we want to thank Coach Trey Smith for jumping in last game. Dane Stewart will be back for the next game. We're taking care of his Utah lacrosse duties this afternoon. The game 3 of 8 today. Game 3 of 4 on the boys' side. Get the ball inside. The shot will not drop for Carson Kafusi. And back down the floor we go with the Olympus Titans. Jordy Barnes sends that ball out for 3. Gavin Lowe knocks down the triple. And Olympus jumps out 3-0. Quickly the other way here with the Skyline Eagles. Been a bit since Skyline been in this situation in the quarterfinals. The 3 is good from Kafusi. And then we're going to have a foul on the drive. This foul going to be charged to David Rasmussen.
Number 2, David Rasmussen. Rasmussen's first foul and the first team foul.
Olympus gets that ball in. Lowe passes up the 3 drive, sends out to Mayfield. Now to Jordy Barnes. Of course, Jordy won the state championship his sophomore year at BYU 2 years ago. Won that title against Woods Cross. Got the ball inside and a nice finish to Reef Smiley. And now out of bounds, and the ball remained with the Skyline Eagles. But I'll be joined later on by Kenzie Valentine. Will have our post-game interviews today. In this one, that ball out of bounds off of Bode Byerman. And the ball will go back to the Olympus Titans. Again, a little Skewampus schedule here this year for the 5A state tournament. Because of scheduling conflicts at every major arena, including here at the University of Utah, during the week of the state tournament, the men's team will play at home on Thursday. So the schedule had to be changed to have these quarterfinals today, semifinals on Tuesday, and the championships on Fridays. There's the steal, go the other way, and the layup there for Bo Byerman. They're saying Bierman, and if Mr. Jeff's got Bierman, I'll go with him. As now we got a foul on that drive. But it changes things just a little bit. We normally have championship Saturday. It'll be championship Friday, next Friday, right here on KSLSports.com. We'll have all 28 games from the site for you here, most of which will have Dane and myself. We'll be throughout the week as we get them lined up, coaches to come on. They're still in the tournament. On the drive, hanging on a pivot, sends it back out to Jordy Barnes. 5-all here early on. Oh, nice ball fake. Smiley to the rim, block from behind. What a play by Landon Shaw. Down the floor. Got fouled on the take, and David Rasmussen will go to the line to shoot 2. But what a play by Landon Shaw. Our replay technician missed clipping it. And that's going to put the junior David Rasmussen at the line. Rasmussen hits the first. The junior small forward for Coach Frazier. And the second one lips out on the rebound. Shot down by Olympus and Eli Mayfield. Here's Jordy. Skipped over. Eli Mayfield pass up the three. Give it to Lowe. Lowe, they'll turn around in the lane. Short in the board. Taken by Landon Shaw. The hard part of the Saturday afternoon stuff is that might be hurting the crowds just a touch. Is Lowe couldn't get to that ball. It was saved in, and then we had a timeout granted to Coach Frazier. We're going to take the timeout. It's Utah Facial Plastics timeout with 5:25 left in the first. We'll be right back. 5:25 left in the first quarter. Dusty Litster with you from the Huntsman Center. Skyline and Olympus. The winner will move on to play against the winner of Highland and Bountiful. Coach Jones and Coach Sopena coming up next. We got 4 quarters of Olympus and Skyline first. Is Rasmussen going to put that shot up? It was contested by Smiley. The board and put back there for Kafusi. And Carson Kafusi. But I believe he's got 5 points here in the first quarter. We want to thank all of our Rewind crew who's here. Austin Bigelow running the camera. Vince Francis is doing something, or lots of things. Ellery Davidson running our system as that ball's out of bounds, or probably a traveling violation rather on Dutch Dowdell. But Ellery Davidson running the commercials and helping me out so my brain doesn't get all tied up in a pretzel knot. Genzi Valentine hanging out down on the sideline. We'll get us some interviews and some insights throughout the day. As Bull Bierman had that one go out of bounds off of Dowdell, and it'll remain Skyline basketball with 4:37 left in the quarter. But soon Bauer Anderson will be here too to help us out. We got a whole crew of guys and gals. Make sure we say that. Only the best with Rewind. We said that in the quarter. Kafusi long on the three. Rebound loose and taken by Dowdell. Fired ahead to Mayfield. And there's Jordy Barnes. Now Mayfield drops it into Dowdell. Dutch going at Bierman. Dutch a little fall away shot. Strong. And a rebound taken by Landon Shaw. Rasmussen gives that one up to Kafusi. And Kafusi having a terrific first quarter, and it's a 5-point Skyline lead. 3 on the way from Smiley. Short. Gets his own rebound. Oh, off the side of the backboard. And then a rebound to Shaw. Now on the run. Bierman lost the handle. Dowdell with the loose ball. Here comes Jordy Barnes. Jordy gives it up to Smiley. And Smiley lays it in. Nice find by Jordy. The future Utah State Aggie, the son of the head coach, Matt Barnes. I've shared this so many times before during Utah Top 50. Been a new crowd here, but I feel old that Jordy is a senior. When Jordy was a baby, that was the first state tournament that I called here in the state of Utah, at least the first 5A state tournament, 4A then. As that ball out of bounds. And Coach Matt Barnes was one of the first coaches to let myself and Dane Stewart kind of get to talk to him a lot and get information from him and stuff. And Matt had a little baby at the time, and it was Jordy. And now Jordy's a senior in high school, and I feel super old. I was just a 22-year-old youngster. And I'm an old guy. Give that one up outside with Bierman. Misses on the 3. Rebound to Dowdell. Jordy sends that ball over. This is Gavin Lowe. Lowe. And that one off to Will Blank. And a traveling violation. Gotta imagine, I think I'm right on this one, that Will Blank, the younger brother of Alyssa Blank, the 2-time Rewind Award winner, transferred to the University of Utah from BYU this last offseason to play basketball here at the U. What a great year the University of Utah has had with Kennedy McQueen and the ladies is been absolutely outstanding. They've always had a good history, this University of Utah, with homegrown players playing extremely well for them. Look at a Kim Smith's number hanging in the rafters as that shot won't go by Kafusi, and the rebound taken by Jordy Barnes. Jordy, what a find inside, and Smiley makes it a 1-point game off the beautiful dish by Jordy Barnes. Oh, nobody home on that pass. Low with the loose ball. Rasmussen gives chase. Low gets all the way to the rim, and it's a 1-point Olympus lead and a 6-0 run for the Titans. 1:47 left in the quarter. And it's Olympus 11, Skyline 10. Full timeout. We'll be back. It's a Utah Facial Plastics timeout. And welcome back in the Huntsman Center. Dusty Litzner with you. Let's go to our handles trivia question. It'll come up. Let's go to our handles trivia question. Oh, oh, Vince is right. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. We'll have a handles trivia question at the end of the first quarter. Told Ellery to come back. I was thinking you wanted to go. My bad. That's my fault. I'm making all kinds of mistakes this morning, and you're going to hear all kinds of fun stuff from me. I will make sure I mute the rest of the day, though. Personal information getting out there by my own mistakes. 11-10 the lead for Olympus. Oh, mercy. Send that one out to Bo Bierman. And that ball out of bounds, and it will remain with Skyline.
Last steps by Olympus, Skyline's ball.
So Skyline gets the ball on the sideline. Matt didn't agree with that. But I said the hard part of the Saturday games is it hurts the student sections a little bit. You incentivize the kids to show up. They get out of school, and you get one day for championship day to show up. And usually the early rounds are so well attended by the students when they get out of school. But the Saturday mitigates it a little bit. Olympus has a pretty good crowd here. As the three on the way won't go for Kai Sorensen, and back down the floor with Olympus and a chance to extend the 1-point lead. Jordy snapped that ball out to Low. Low on the drive, got around and scores. Beautiful take and finish going up against Bo Sorensen. And the three is good. Dutch Dowdell hits a three. As the first quarter coming to a close. As Shaw down the lane, floated up, no. And that'll do for the first quarter. And at the end of one, it's Olympus 16, Skyline 10. You're watching the 2024 5A State Championship Tournament on KSLSports.com. And now we go to our handles trivia question. Vince Francis got on cue. When Dutch hits his fourth three, he will set the state record for career threes. Who will he pass for the all-time record? So when Dutch, he's already hit one. When he hits his fourth three, he will pass what player in Utah high school basketball history? Hit us up at KSL Sports Rewind on the X app. You can Zed at us. You can message us. You can go to Instagram and shoot us a message. Who will Dutch Dowdell pass if and or when he hits his fourth three? He already has one today. Jordy Barnes. Oh, nice find inside, and the layup is there for Will Blank. And Jordy Barnes broke the all-time assist record. It was held by Ryland Jones. It was a star at Olympus. It was a part of that undefeated team a few years back. with Creer and everybody else as Kafusi hits the three.
Number 30, Carson Kafusi.
Send that ball out. Blank doesn't pull on the three. Sends it out to Jordy Barnes. Jordy chased off the three. Sends out to Gavin Lowe, who hits the three. Terrific patience by Jordy Barnes. And Gavin Lowe makes it an 8-point Olympus lead. Drop that ball inside, get it back out with Lindquist. This is Lustgarten. Send it back up. Lindquist straight away. Long on the triple. The rebound to Dutch Dowdell. The three from Dowdell is short. The board taken by Lowe. Gavin Lowe gives it up to Blank. Reverses no. And the rebound taken by Ryan Gill. And now the foul to Lowe. He impeded his progress. I mean, that's commensurate to pass interference. You just get in front of the wide receiver and then stick your arms out. I mean, it's still pass interference. As Rasmussen got that ball inside, the layup is good by Ryan Gill. So a 6-point game. As Jordy sends that ball out to Gavin Lowe. Inside of Dutch. Dutch hangs on a pivot. No. Tipped around. Still loose. Good coming in there by Ryan Gill to get that loose ball. And see if we have a foul on Olympus. And we do. The foul will go to Reef Smiley.
Foul on number 32, Reef Smiley, his first. The second team foul.
And there's a tip around and steal by Gavin Lowe. Lowe to Barnes. Nice drive by Dowdell at the finish. What a play by Dutch Dowdell. Great ball handling and passing. And Dowdell finishes. And a take, no. Rebound loose, picked up, and scoring once again in the quarter. How about Ryan Gill? I believe that's 6 points in the quarter. As Jordy, no look. Blank with the layup. Beautiful pass there by Jordy Barnes. We have some substitutions coming in for Coach Frazier here momentarily. 8-point advantage now for the Titans. 4 minutes and 20 seconds on a rolling clock here in the second quarter. We'll send that ball over to Lustgarten. On the drive in the block. Nice play there by Will Blank. Out of bounds. The ball will go back to Skyline. A good idea to drive on him there by Lindquist, but Blank with enough length there to get the block. So Landon Shaw, Kai Sorensen, and James Becker check in for the Skyline Eagles and Coach Frazier. Just inside of halfway through the second quarter. Send the ball up top to Sorensen. Oh, goes off the foot, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
So shot clock violation. The ball will go back to the Titans. Rip this up by 8. There's Jordy on the drive, cuts it off, hands it off to Smiley down low. And nice hands out there by Shaw, knocks it out of bounds. 16 seconds on the shot clock.
Dutch Dowdell, 4-2.
Dutch Dowdell with the bucket. Dutch that bucket. Hey, we have someone who reached in and said, gave an answer. I need you to clarify. I need a name. If you give a distinction of his neighbor, I need to know who you think the neighbor is. If Tim Allen just talked to some guy through a fence, it wouldn't be as fun if he didn't know his name was Wilson. The unfaced neighbor. Oh, nice. Wait, no travel. There was not talk about it knocked out of his hands. That was interesting. Send it out for three. Sorensen can't get it. Rebound to Shaw. Shaw powers his way and scores. Quite literally powered his way there. As Dowdell sends it out to Lowe. Mayfield now got it down to Jordy along the baseline. Yeah. Jordy hit him on top of the head with the basketball. Yeah. That was a pretty good ball fake there by Jordy Barnes. Let's see if we can get a look at it.
That's Barnes' first.
You see right there, he hit him twice on top of the head. Give him a little bunny foo-foo action. He's lucky that wasn't he had an offensive foul. Frazier gets that ball in the corner to James Becker. So Becker worked that ball around. Here's Shaw in the corner for three. Landon Shaw, the senior, knocking down the triple. And it's a 5-point game. Closest span since it was 10-5. Baseline drive. And it's Smiley with the teardrop on the guitar of the Skyline Eagles, at least at the moment. 7-point lead now for the Titans. On the drive, Kai Sorensen. Push it up and score it. Nice take and finish there by Kai Sorensen. I want to congratulate Daxton Warren. He got the answer to the trivia question. Make sure you hit us up. Give us your contact information. We'll get you your Handles $10 gift card. If you're going to be at the Huntsman Center, let us know. We can give it to you in person. The $10 gift card to Daxton Warren is a three. Won't go for Eli Mayfield. They'll have a chance to make it a one-possession game in the final moments of the second quarter. Send it over to Ryan Gill. He's had a great second quarter. Send out for three. Becker, no. And the rebound to Barnes. Jordan can slow things up and take the final, around the final shot, about a 5-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Olympus looked like they might start pulling away, and a good job by Skyline and Coach Frazier and his crew just sticking with it. They stayed with their ball game and have climbed back in to make it a 5-point differential. Jordy, sent a ball across, low. 4-3! Just like the first half started, it ends presumably on a three by Gavin Lowe. Inside, here's the three from Gill. Back rimmed. And that'll do it for the first half of play. We go to the locker rooms. It's Olympus 32, Skyline 24. I want to remind you that our playoff coverage is brought to you by NutriCost. Over 300 products available on NutriCost.com. It's a Utah-made product for Utah-made athletes. Use the code UTAH-MADE, all one word, UTAH-MADE. Get 30% off of your supplement order at NutriCost.com. We'll step aside and back with the halftime after this. You're watching 2024 5A State Tournament. Start of the second half, Dusty Litzter with you. Olympus leading Skyline 32-24. We'll have those first half stats here for you momentarily. I want to thank Curtis Pett, who's taking care of us Every Davis game and every state game, Curtis Pettengill's there. As that shot is good by Landon Shaw. And he's always there like a good neighbor, but I'm not going to say the rest of it because we have yet to sign him as a sponsor. So if you own one of those offices, hit us up. We'd love to have you on. Rewind is Shaw going to pick up the foul on the baseline. Also, I'd love to be in good hands with somebody else too. But I have family members who are military. I think I've hit them all. So the first personal foul on Landon Shaw. There's Jordy. Drop it inside. This is Smiley. Got Rasmussen moving a little bit. The fall away is good. That was a tough shot there by Smiley. And Reef Smiley now with 10 points on the ball game. Nice. Can't finish. That's Bierman. Bierman now with 4. Marsusi had 10 points in the first half. Leading scorer on the day is Gavin Lowe, who has 13. There's Dutch. Dutch on the drive, goes into Shaw, can't finish. Rebound to Rasmussen. Rasmussen going to make it a 2. Well, it is a 2-score game. He's going to make it a 4-point game with the bucket. Shaw hands back to Kai Sorensen. Kai drops it inside to Shaw. Shaw tries to power his way through and gets the foul call. Mayfield's arm was down. Let's see if we got the look on this one. Yeah, see, his arm's down. If your arm's down, even as it starts to come up, that doesn't matter. Your arm was down as he starts to contact, and that's where you're going to get called for the foul. And the want to not like that call, but it's kind of where you are. There's a free throw, good. That's the world that James Harden took advantage of. I'm pretty sure he probably spent some time with some officials and learned how to get certain calls. And it ruined basketball for, not that play in particular, but in general. But the free throw, no good, and a 5-point advantage now for the Olympus Titans. As Barnes hands back to Dutch. 4-3, Dutch Dowdell.
4-3.
Well, the correct answer came in, and the answer is, on his next 3, he will tie the all-time state record career. He will tie his brother, Jeremy Dowdell, who was an absolute star at Olympus. As on the take, yeah, you got to give it to him. Kafusi with the charge. And how about the guts, if you will, of Gavin Lowe? Being willing to stand in with the big fella drawn down on him. He didn't turn, he didn't wince, he didn't do anything. He took that right in the chest. Earns the foul call on the big man. All nice find inside. Lowe had nowhere to go with it. Sends it back out to Mayfield. Mayfield to Smiley. Reef. Nowhere to go. Good defense by Shaw. Straight away, Mayfield. Short on the triple. Kafusi couldn't get the rebound. A fresh shot clock to the Titans. Here's Gavin Lowe. Little baseline jumper is good for Smiley. And Reef Smiley now with 12 points. It's a 10-point Titan lead. Bierman gives it up to Kafusi. Kafusi loses the handle. Good hands down low. Here comes Lowe as Jordy got it back. Lowe sends out the 3. Is good. What a sequence. The 3 is there for Smiley. Check this out. Barnes sliding on the floor, gives it back to who finds Reef Smiley. 4-3. We go to a timeout. 4:38 left in the third. It's a Utah Facial Plastics timeout. We'll be back at the Huntsman Center.
This is NutriCost Kids Vitamin D Gummies. They contain a child's daily dose of vitamin D for a healthy immune system. They taste amazing, kids love them, and they're low in sugar. Easy for parents, great for kids.
4:30 left in the third quarter as the Skyline Eagles got to respond, trailing by 13 points. They were to 4, came back, got it down to 5. They had to respond once again. Eagle drop it inside to Shaw. Now on the drive is Rasmussen and the charge. Let's take this one back and take a look at it. Because I'm a proponent, we got to get the restricted area. He's right near it. He was waiting on him, and the call is on the piece before he comes off for, and he did, absolutely did. Send out to Dowdell. He's tied with Jeremy. Dutch Dowdell ties the all-time record with Jeremy Dowdell, his older brother. No text messages tell me they're cousins. I know they're brothers. Oh, nice move. Down the lane, Bierman. And a charge on Bierman. And Coach Frazier, let's see if we got to look at it. I may have waited a little too long. Yeah, that's tough. Because we just talked about it, that it's about ground before he leaves the ground. I was really, really close. Oh, leaving him all alone. Low lays it in. And now Olympus starting to pour it on, up 18. High post. Frazier sends it back out. Fake it, now pull it. Shot won't go for Kai Sorensen. And the rebound and run out here for the Titans. Here comes Jordy down the lane. Sends it back out. The 3 won't go for Smiley. That's off the hands of Dowdell, and the ball will go to Skyline.
Substitutions for the Eagles, number 33, Trenton Wells. And number 5,
I'm trying to figure out what Matt's mad about. Matt normally isn't a yeller so much. Skyline's got spun. 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Again, the winner of this game going to take on the winner of Highland and Bountiful. Our next game, Rams taking on Bountiful. And one point was a region game years gone by with all the realignments. It's hard to remember when. As a long 3 does not go. Rebound to Kafusi. That little jumper in the lane. The floater won't fall for Ryan Gill, who had 4 points in the. I thought he had 6. Down the baseline and the layup there for Reeve Smiley. Reeve having a night. Or an afternoon, I should say, with 2:20 left on a rolling clock. 2:15 now. Skip that ball over. Bierman with the left hand. I want to quote The Office, but I don't want parents mad at me. It's a line from Mandy. Work around the perimeter, drop it into Jordy Barnes. Oh, what a pass from Jordy. Finding Gavin Lowe. Pretty pass from the future Aggie. And now a 20-point lead for the Titans. Keep it on the outside. Shaw's 3 won't go. Rebound to Barnes. Little left-hand pass. Smiley saves it back to Lowe. Barnes on the crossover. Down the lane. Left hand out to Lowe. Now it's Dowdell. And the record shot does not drop. Lowe with the offensive rebound. Stuck underneath the hoop. And now back up and off. They're giving him 2 free throws. Let's take a look at that last pass from Jordy Barnes. Hold it. Boom. Right on the money to Gavin Lowe.
Shooting 2 shots. Will be Gavin Lowe.
It's a Lowe to the line with 1:03 left in the third. As he hits the first. And Olympus, we talk about this Olympus Titans team. Has been quite the run for Coach Matt Barnes and his crew over the last few years. Took a while to get that first state championship, and they started rattling them off. He's gone for so many years without getting one. And then last year they lose, don't win the state title. And now this year get a chance to get back to the semifinals. Reeve Smiley can't get that one. And Lustgarten knocked that ball out of bounds. It'll be Titan basketball with 49 seconds to go. But it was guys like Ryland Jones, and remember that Ryland Jones game when he was a sophomore? They lost that, probably the best state championship game we've ever called. That Springville game was absolutely unreal. As Lowe goes down the lane and he left it short, or Bobby left it long, goes off the heel of the rim. Back down the floor with Kafusi. Will give back three, won't go. Offensive board to Shaw. And now the three to Shaw. Good for the senior, Landon Shaw. Shaw was part of our Utah Top 50 coverage. One of our favorite things we do in the fall. It gets us prepped for the high school basketball season. Everybody loves Barnes to the corner. Dutch for the record. 4 threes for Dutch Dowdell, and he passes his brother Jeremy. And that will be a big one at the dinner table for the Dowdells. At the end of 3, it's the Olympus Titans 55, the Skyline Eagles 34. You're watching the 5A state tournament on KSLSports.com.
This is NutriCost Kids Vitamin D Gummies. They contain a child's daily dose of vitamin D for a healthy immune system. They taste amazing, kids love them, and they're low in sugar. Easy for parents, great for kids.
Fitters.
Start of the 4th quarter, Dusty Litster with you. Olympus rolling right along as Gavin Lowe misses on that one, and it'll be a foul to the Skyline Eagles. Again, the winner of this game will take on Highland and Bountiful. It'll be Timpview versus Alta on Tuesday. Remember, the 5A state tournament goes Saturday, Tuesday, Friday. Give high school kids 2 days off multiple times. I mean, their legs are gonna be great. The first free throw is good. And the second as well. Lowe's had a terrific day. The Dutch Dowdell broke Jeremy Dowdell's record for the most threes made in a career. For someone else to get it, you got to typically be a 4-year player to get a shot at some of these records. We've had guys play for 4 years. Is that 3 long there from Trenton Wells? And the ball will go back to Olympus. And it was such a rare occasion. I mean, I started calling games back in 2005. It was a rare thing to have a freshman. I mean, Holton Hunsaker is one of the first ones I recall. As Shaw with the steal goes back in, and then the foul. But you had Holton Hunsaker and Tyler Hawes and C.J. Wilcox. Rare thing, but to have teams as good as what Tyler Hawes and C.J. Wilcox had was a different thing. Remember, Tyler won as a sophomore and junior at Lone Peak. He's such a good player, one of the best players in the history of the state. One of my favorite players I ever covered with Tyler Hawes. C.J. Wilcox went on to go play for the Clippers, but then the 4-year player became more and more prevalent, kind of like in football, as that free throw crawls off. Alex Caressa was one of the first freshman quarterbacks I recall. And then you had Austin Confess. We've had so many others do the same thing. Dane Leituala, amongst others. Is beautiful back cut, and then Dutch Dowdell with the layup. But if you want to get some of these records, you got to have the time and the games to get the records. And Dutch, when you think of him, I just don't think of him as a three-point shooter. That was Jeremy's thing on those great Olympus teams. As Shaw takes it and scores. 22-point spread as Dowdell on the other end with the easy lay-in. Shot, stolen, nice answer by Jordy Barnes. If you watch Jordy, you're like, okay. And then you see how crafty he is. He's so heady. Kid loves basketball. Great pass to Lowe and the finish. Terrific pass. Great finish by Gavin Lowe. As you come back to the other end, the 3 is long. David Rasmussen gets the loose ball, pulls it off of Dowdell. You get a chance to look at that last hoop. was a pretty pass and a nice jackknife finish by Lowe as Blank comes on the floor and Mayfield comes off for Coach Matt Barnes. Oh, Landon's had to go off his leg. When a game gets spaced out like this at 26 points, I mean, it's just what happens. When a game gets spaced out, you kind of lose your focus. That's why games that are close and energized, just a different focus there. They get spread out, you just have mental lapses. Barnes sends that one out for three. Will Blank can't get that one. The rebound pulled down by Ryan Gill. Gill sends that one over to Becker. Can't get it. Board to Blank. Oh, nice pass down the lane. Smiley. They looked like they were going to try to give up the foul, then not give up the layup. Smiley will now go to the line to shoot two.
Skyline foul number 30 for
Fouled James Becker.
Second team foul. Shooting 2 shots will be Reef Smiley.
So Reef Smiley makes the first free throw, and they'll bring Kofusi, Kai Sorensen, and Bo Bierman back on the floor. And the three is no good from Lustgarten. And a loose ball picked up by the Titans. And the bucket there for, again, Reef Smiley. Smiley having himself an outstanding afternoon. And they're going to be taking Olympus into the semifinal Tuesday. Again, we'll have the boys and girls semifinals on Tuesday for 5A. As that three is short. Here comes Jordy Barnes. Dutch Dowdell extends his record. And the timeout taken by Coach Frazier. 4:43 left in the fourth quarter. This is Utah Facial Plastics.
This is NutriCost Kids Vitamin D Gummies. They contain a child's daily dose of vitamin D for a healthy immune system. They taste amazing, kids love them, and they're low in sugar. Easy for parents, great for kids.
.443 left in the fourth quarter. As this was all Olympus. And now Shaw with the bucket. And here's the thing, it doesn't overly matter, but 31 points. The number is 35 points. We'll have a continuously running clock for the remainder of the fourth quarter as Dutch Dowdell misses on the three. The rebound taken by Skyline. And Kai Sorensen down the floor. Bierman, the lefty, won't go. And something for the Eagles, you start getting some seniors in there. As down the lane is Smiley. As Smiley lays it up and in. One of these guys to enjoy the last moments of being Skyline Eagles. Because Skyline came in, played really well at the start of this ball game, and you see what Olympus continues to bring, and it's just a brand of basketball that Matt Barnes brings on. And for this Olympus team, things didn't start the way they wanted it to per se, but they'll win at the end of the year over Alta. I mean, they lost some games in the season that they normally don't lose. And then they get that win against Alta, and it just helps set up what we're going to see here in the state tournament, or we are seeing in the state tournament. And they'll have a chance to get to the title game as they will be playing on Tuesday against the winner of Highland and Bountiful. That game coming up next. Dane Stewart will be back for that one as Shaw nearly had the steal. Loose ball picked up by DeWall. There's Ty DeWall. Work around the outside. Now Blank drives at Kofusi. Sends out DeWall. Couldn't get loose from Shaw. Now looking for a shot. And that ball slapped away by Rasmussen. Howell couldn't hang on to that one. Rasmussen down the lane, and it's off his knee. Let's see if you get a look at that. The Utah facial plastics. Yeah, right off his leg. Goes quickly up the floor for Olympus. Baseline, the ball kicked out of bounds. We'll stay here. Now, everything you see on the scoreboard is official. We're able to pull that information in here from the Huntsman Center. Normally, you hear my little PSA that it's unofficial, and we'll get it corrected as soon as possible, but everything there is what's in the arena. Sometimes there might be a hiccup just because the information gets a little jumbled up, especially if it's at double ones. Double ones seems to be the issue. DeWall, force it up and score it. There you go, young fella. Ty DeWall, the senior, able to get that one up and in. Send it out to the corner. Kai Sorensen, no. Rebound. And back up with it, Bierman, and he's fouled. Let's take a look at that DeWall bucket. Kid doesn't get in a lot of games. Gets on the big floor at the Huntsman Center. He gets a score on the same, well, it's not the exact same floor, but the same floor as Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. That's pretty cool. And the side of one of the greatest March Madness games of all time, that four overtime game with Gonzaga in Arizona with Adam Morrison. He hit that game-winning shot. I think it was a game winner. That hit the rim, bounced around and hung, and then dropped. A lot of great tournament games here. The Huntsman Center. The free throw is good.
Substitution number 1, Ashton
for Bierman. And checking in now is Ashton McIntyre as senior. Good move here by Coach Frazier. Pulls the junior, gives the senior a chance to get on the floor at the U. And there's a steal. And Kai Sorensen now in the corner to McIntyre. Shaw will pull. Johnson jumper won't go. Saved by Rasmussen. Back in. And the little lefty there for Kai Sorensen. And back down the floor. The Titans get the bucket. Landon Howell, the senior. A big spread here for Olympus. Sorensen was looking inside, now goes into Shaw. Shaw sends it back out to Rasmussen. Good highs by DeWall. 15 on the shot clock. Minute and a half to go in the fourth quarter. As Shaw all the way on the baseline? No. Kafusi battling, comes away with the ball. The junior center sent it back out. McIntyre off the bump, doesn't get the bucket. He wanted a chance to score. Asking for the foul, and DeWall picked up a loose ball here with Blank. And now the three-point attempt, back rimmed. DeWall with the board, and the student section erupts. Inside of a minute to go in this one. And we'll have game 4 of the boys' side coming up next. As Howell sends it back out to DeWall. Oh, nice job moving out of the basketball. Couldn't get the shot, but he gets his own rebound. Sends it out to Will. And now a foul on the drive. As the clock will continue. It's 33 points.
Foul number 1, Sorensen.
So the foul to Sorensen.
And 11, number 5, Ryan Gill.
As Gill comes in. A little baseline J, too strong. That's off of McIntyre, and the ball will go back to Olympus. As the clock is continuing to run. Blank sends it back out. Coach Barnes is like, no. Let's just let this thing go down. Well, valiant effort there for the Skyline Eagles. As it was just too much for Olympus Titans. Gavin Lowe had himself a day. Jordy Barnes, we'll get the official stats here momentarily. I had someone text in and said that Jordy Barnes is
Skyline.
0 for 0 from the floor, but has 10 assists. And I think he ended up a little, maybe a couple more. But well, the final stats coming in here momentarily. But what a day! Dutch Dowdell breaks the career three-pointers made record, taking that record from his brother Jeremy. Kenzie Valentine will have an interview with him momentarily after they go through and shake hands with the Skyline Eagles. But a great day to be an Olympus Titan for Skyline. There's not much to hang your head over. It was a great year. Win some games in the state tournament. Earn your way to the Huntsman Center. You're taking on who you know is a monster and has been for the entirety of your career at Skyline. And to these seniors of the Skyline Eagles, congratulations to them on what has been a very good year. Ashley McIntyre, Cal Hopkins, Ryan Gill, Kai Sorensen, Daniel Lazaris, Landon Shaw. All the underclassmen will be coming back next year as they'll have something to build toward. And when you have those seniors to help you get to places, just builds that momentum and see where they can come back to. But congratulations to them on the season. But it is the day of the Olympus Titans. Our Heidemann and Associates players of the game. Gavin Lowe is my player of the game. Gavin was outstanding. He shot the ball extremely well, got things going, was the leading scorer at the half. And now we have Dutch Dowdell down there with Kenzie Valentine. As Kenzie, if you're ready, go ahead and go when you're good to go, Kenzie. As we'll get set.
Dutch played great. How do you feel about your performance in today's game?
I felt like it was good. I think we came out a little slow, but I think in the second half and the third quarter especially, we got it rolling because our point guard, Jordan Barnes, best point guard in the state, he got us going.
Awesome. And I was informed that today you broke the record for three-pointers made in the career, and your older brother, Jeremy, previously held the record. How does that make you feel?
It was awesome. I was super happy. The one that I tied it on, I looked up, and he was over there standing, clapping for me. So it was really cool. It was one of my favorite basketball moments so far.
Awesome. Congratulations. And also, I would like to say that your student section was the biggest student section that has rolled up in here today so far. Yeah. What does it mean for you and the team to have their support in this tournament?
It's amazing. Like I've always said, I think they're the best student section in the state, and they show up for every game. And I think it's only going to get bigger from here. So,
awesome. Thank you, Dutch. Congratulations.
Great job, Kenzie. Congratulations. Look at his brother Jeremy standing up and clapping as he broke the record. That's just awesome. Congratulations to him and to the Dowdell family. Again, our final score, the Olympus Titans 76, the Skyline Eagles 43. And what has been an outstanding day. The Titans move on to the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of our next game, Highland and Bountiful. For Kenzie Valentine, Austin Bigelow, Vince Francis, Ellery Davidson, Bauer Anderson, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2022 state tournament, as always presented by Heidemann and Associates and brought to you by our playoff coverage, brought to you by NutriCost. Go to NutriCost.com, use the code UtahMade, Utah Made Company, Utah Made products for Utah Made athletes. Go to NutriCost.com, use Utah Made for 30% off of your supplement order. We'll be back with Highland and Bountiful from the Huntsman Center.